For this situation, we receive the pickup file and we receive a community ID related to an alert that the SOC receive, and they suspect some delivery of exploit. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go to the spy view first, and we will take a look if we have access to the community ID. It's not on the list here yet, so we just have to find it, and here community ID, let's click on it. See all of the community ID, you pick one, random one, you say end, and this is just to create the filter here. So now we just have to remove the filter that we just picked, and we put the one that we received. And now we see there's only one session, so we go to the session screen. We can session here. We just click the plus sign to get all the details. And we see all of the packet that was sent, received. So we know that this session generates an alert. So what we can do, we can review the MD5. So we can pick the first MD5 we can find here. We just copy the value and we go to virus total to the search. We enter the MD5 and we do a search. And we get a confirmation that this traffic is suspicious. We need even a CFV file. If you want to investigate the CFV file, you just have to copy the number, do a search, and here we get CFV detail, and it tells you everything about this particular CFV. So that just gives you the confirmation that yeah, it is suspicious, and then we can start the investigation to understand what's happened and the way it's happened. So we just click this, we can remove the filter, refresh the screen. To help us to investigate this exploit delivery, we can use the referee. The HTTP referee header is a request type header that identifies the address of the previous web page, which is linked to the current web page or the resource being requested. What that means is that when you have the referee, you know where the requests come from, and that will help us to investigate. So we're going to add the referee as one of the fields. So referee, and it's here. So we get the referee. So we know that the domain it was used to deliver the payload was Stan Trust and realty.com. So we can go back here and try to find this domain. I probably have to go back to put them as a using the timestamp. And now we're going to try to find. Okay, so that's Stan Trust and Property Realty.com. So we know then that was the website that was used to deliver the exploit. Now we need to try to find the referee for this website. So if you go down, okay, here you can see some information on the referee column. So I just press the plus sign and I check here. So the host is the one that we're looking for, and we can see this referee. So again, that means then this request come from, so the request to Stan Trust and PropertyRealty.com is coming from this referee. So now we know we need to go to this referee and try to find where this one come from. To do so, we're just going to close this one And we continue going down, and we want to see that, and then see here. Okay, so we see another referee, so let's open this one. Okay, so here we can see 24corpshop.com. The referee was this website here, cineholland.nl. So we do the same action, we just close this one and we go further down to try to know where cityholland.nl come from. We can see here another referee. Let's open this one. Okay, so that's the host that we're looking for, and that's the referee. So when you edit, what you understand is then the user just do a search on Bing for cityholland.nl, and he basically find the host. So we can clearly suspect that he just done a search and find the host. So now we know the way, the path to going there, but we don't know yet the way the referee was activated. Was it because the user clicked to a link on each of those websites? Was it something that the user done, involuntarily, or was something compromised? So we're just going to investigate here, and as we can see here, we get all of this HTML page. We can take a look, try to find something suspicious on this one here. And we find a 24 corp shop here. The other thing we can see here is that it's an iframe. An iframe is something that you're not going to see on the page. So when you see the page, you will not see this link. And the other thing to add there is the visibly hidden. So it's clearly not visible. And what happened in this case, the user went to this page and automatically was routed to the 24corpshop.com page. So we can confirm here that the user just went to cineholland.nl, but this website was compromised and sent the user to the 24corpshop.com. So now we need to go to the next step. So we know it's 24shop.com, try to understand what was the way from there to go to the site that deliver the exploit. So we just will go back up to go further up. One thing we can use to help us there is try to see DNS request. The DNS request will show you when it was requested. When this new domain come up on the list, the domain come up, the computer had to do a resolution of the DNS, so you can see those packets, and that can help you to find where did the problem start and where to look for. We can see here the port 53, this is DNS, and the domain that we're looking for. So we know then it's happened before that. We just see a gift here. We see this one here. Let's investigate this one. When you take a look here, you don't really see anything major suspicious except this piece here. So we're going to try to understand what's this for and what it is and what do that means. So we just go to CyberChef, take the destination. Okay, so we saw the same information here, the header and the piece that we're interested to. First thing, we get to remove all of the header. To do so, we just go to HTTP and we get a strip header. We just use the strip headers, and now we all have the information that we're interested to. You probably saw this sign here, the magic sign here, and when you go over, he tell you that he can only see, you always see that if you use the gun zip, you will get an HTML information. So let's click on it. He automatically add this recipe for you here, and he's doing that work for you. When you read this, you really quickly see this section here. That's about the domain that we know is the one that delivered the exploit. And again, it's an iframe. So What we learned there is basically when the user, when he went, to the 24corpshop.com without knowing he was doing there because it's an iframe, you know, another iframe to send it to this domain, to standtrustandpropertyroyalty.com. And that's the domain it was used to deliver the exploit. Doing all of this investigation show us then this user was probably not doing anything wrong. He just went to this website that was compromised. And that's the way the workstation was infected. Now that we have the full story, we're going to be able to inform the SOC, and the SOC will be able to first go to seniorloan.nl, lets them know they are compromised, and lets the user know what's happened and be sure that they clean his workstation. And that's it for this one.